Welcome to this version of Pit Stop with Traffic Jam Jimmy. Man, do I got a nice guest today. Joining me today is Mr. Elijah Westbrook.
Hey, everybody.
Who's a reporter right here at Fox 45,
That's right. Morning news reporter, bright and early, or should I say dark and early, right? I have to get up at 1:45 in the morning. I have about a 35-minute commute to work, and after writing my scripts, I am right on the air at like 4:30 in the morning. So it's an early start to the day.
All right, let's talk about your childhood. Where were you born and raised, and tell me a little bit about your childhood.
I was born and raised in Harlem, New York City, and I've lived in the city up until about college. I went to Quinnipiac University, where I studied broadcast journalism, and that's where I earned my degree. I had several internships. I worked at numerous networks, and then I got my reporting experience in 2016. I started up in good old Rochester, New York. And Jimmy, you can imagine it's freezing up there.
Boy, it is
when I
cold.
tell you how cold it is up there, you think the winters down here are bad, and people complain about the snow down here, but it's a whole other level of snow up that way. But nonetheless, a great city. And then I made my way down here to Baltimore, and I've been here for about 2.5 years, and I'm so happy to call this place home now.
Okay, so now if someone young, like a middle schooler, is watching us, and they said, hey, I want to be like Elijah when I grow up, and I want to be a reporter, what advice would you have for them?
Stay in school. First and foremost, stay in school. School is going to be your number one best friend, okay? Because for me, it allowed me to just be so involved with different things, whether it's extracurricular activities, and of course, aside from the academics, you really want to utilize that time to figure out what it is that you want to do early on. If you want to be a TV news reporter like myself, it's not going to happen overnight, right, Jimmy? You know, you've been in this industry for a long time, patience is certainly key with this. But internships, especially when you get to the college level, it's also going to be a big thing as well. And just be flexible, right? You know, allow yourself to be flexible in terms of moving to different markets, trying different things out. But if you want to go down that TV news route, stay in school and make sure that you are open to new and adventurous opportunities. Gotcha.
Now, do you like Baltimore?
Oh, I love Baltimore. Love Baltimore. Fun fact, actually, my grandmother, God bless her before she passed, lived in the Anne Arundel County area, so I'm very familiar with Baltimore City even prior to moving here, and my uncle still lives here, so I love the city of Baltimore.
So you do have family here?
Yeah, I do. It's an amazing city.
Okay, let's talk about some fun projects you've done and some not so fun projects. Which one you want to start with?
Let's start with the fun, right?
Okay.
Fun is always a good time. One of the most memorable stories I can think of right now off the top of my head. When I first started here in 2019, I did a story with the Geico Skytypers. I don't know if you remember that, Jimmy.
Yes.
They took me up in the plane. These old, I think they used them during World War II, I want to say. And they took me up there, and they were doing crazy stunts just ahead of the air show that was at Joint Base Andrews down in the DC area, and that was a really fun story that I covered. It wasn't live, but it was a live to tape sort of thing, and of course the editor captured all of my most embarrassing moments, even to the point where I had passed out literally because the G-forces were so strong.
It's tough.
I mean, that was certainly someday. So I think right off the top of my head, that was a story that I can remember. That was a lot of fun. And of course, Six Flags, when they put me on that big Superman roller coaster, that was an amazing time.
All right, let's go to the other end of the spectrum and say, boy, why did they send me here?
I know. Let's see. I think off the top of my head, do you remember, Jimmy, the explosion in Northwest Baltimore?
Right off Reisterstown Road.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was a very hot day, and I remember I came back to the station after doing live reports all morning, and the news director needed us to go out there just to check out. He just said a fire, and well, we get there, and I tell you, it was a sight to see. And that was some day. It really was some day. I worked actually about a 14.5-hour day. That's how long.
That's another thing you got to be prepared for. News happens. It's not a 9-to-5 job.
Exactly, and every day is not the same. Every day is not the same. You know, you can come into work thinking that you're starting on one thing, and then by the time you leave, you're working on something else.
Now, the other day, for instance, you came to work thinking you're going to be a reporter, and Patrice called in sick, and you end up.
That's another thing. I had the amazing opportunity to anchor as well.
And you did a good job. My wife said, tell Elijah you did a good job. Right.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. But yeah, like we were saying, every day is not the same. So you have to be open, flexible, like I was saying earlier about your career, and if you want to get into this industry, you have to be flexible because not every day is going to be the same.
Right. All right. I'm going to give you a chance to toot your own horn. Recently, you just received an award. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. I received my first Emmy Award.
How exciting was that?
Yeah, I was so excited. Jimmy, I tell you, I was like a little boy on Christmas morning. I mean, it's one thing to get nominated, and I found out I got nominated about a month prior, too. But then to actually win the award, oh, man, it's such a full circle moment.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a second and watch the piece you won the award with. How's that?
Okay, sounds good. Let's watch it.
A call to action Monday morning following a weekend of protests.
Alonzo Smith. Another name. Mike Brown.
As the number of protesters grew outside City Hall, their anger spilled out onto the streets of downtown Baltimore. Some drivers in support, while others releasing frustration.
Go stand in front of the police station.
But the march continued as Baltimore police blocked traffic,
It's our duty to win.
chants echoing off city buildings,
It's our duty to win.
calling out for justice.
It's our duty to fight. It's our duty to win.
But at the end of 395, a moment of silence, and once again those who lost their lives remembered.
Next name. Aaron Gardner.
This moment,
Hey, y'all, we want him to do something for us.
an opportunity became a turning point.
Because there's some family that's hurting over this constant issue in our country
Built up frustration,
of police brutality. My question is, can you give me a name?
I can give you money.
Can you get, let's go. It's on you.
Alonzo Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We ain't out here to disrupt our city. We just want our voice to be heard. And I appreciate you 1,000 for at least having the courage to say one name. Come on, y'all, we going.
Here you go.
Let's go. We gone. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
walking united,
No justice.
No peace.
Come on.
arms locked with a message.
No justice. No peace.
Protest leaders ringing the bell of City Hall, wanting their voices heard,
Deliver our demands.
and a promise for the message to be delivered.
That's my number right there.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna make.
I don't need you to get that.
In downtown Baltimore, I'm Elijah Westbrook,
Deliver our demands.
Fox 45 News.
Oh my gosh, that was
Yeah,
awesome. That was
thank
you
you.
should be proud.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was a tough day. It really was a tough day. And that's the thing. You never know what stories are going to, bring you to that next level in your career. And that day certainly did. It was a Black Lives Matter protest, as you saw, and that was during the height of when things were taking off throughout the city. So, yeah, that was a great day. And my photographer, Ben Ott, and I won that award. So we were very excited.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've worked at the station here 47 years, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. But not just reporters and all like you and the anchors. Our photogs are so...
Oh, we have
So great.
such a talented team of photographers at our station. I mean, really talented. They go above and beyond. They see things that you think that you could see yourself, but they just have such an eye for many things. And so that's one of the pleasures of working at Fox 45 is to also be part of an amazing photography team.
Well, Elijah, I want to personally say it's been a pleasure for me working with you. He's
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
I'm not
just
going
doing this
anywhere.
whole
I'm not
piece.
going anywhere.
But you do a good job. You do a
Thank you,
good
Jimmy.
job reporting. You do a good job filling in, if you got to do the morning news or the afternoon news.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Just keep up the good work,
And it's
buddy.
a pleasure working with you as well. Thank you.
All right. My special guest has been Elijah Westbrook.
All right, take care, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
All right, till next time.